Okay, let's get started with the story. The latest installment in Lost Ark story. Let's get started. Hogun.
드디어 만났군요.
Finally met you. Hi, I'm Verad's assistant Hogun. Hogun seems exhausted. Verad, the sage, when he told me to look for you, I was like, how am gonna find wine in all of Arcadia? I was disparaged, but me, the sage Hogun, finally did it. This kind of achievement is a piece of cake. Considering all the possibilities and the situations, highest probability was... Wait, so why were you looking for me? Verad sent a letter to you. He has something to say about your last meetup. And here, oh, just a moment. Hogun brings out a document file. If you're a sage, you can't have any scratches on documents. Just sign over here. Here's a pen. I sign. Good. If you're a sage, you need to be 확실함? Certain. Well, I'm on my way. I have a lot of things to do. I'm a sage of the tower, sage of the tower. I kind of want to encourage him, cheer him. Now let's check the letter that he gave me. You remember our last meeting? I wasn't able to give you a proper response back then. It was on my mind about the Lost Ark. The affairs at the tower have been settled down quite a lot. And so I've been doing my own investigations about the Lost Ark. I couldn't find anything at the tower, searching through documents, and it bugged me. But now that we acknowledge the existence of the Lost Ark, there's like an empty space in all the records of history related to the Ark. Even though Lutera would have used the Ark, the Lost Ark, when he was unleashing the Ark, can't find any records regarding that anywhere. Not even in national records about the Chain War. Abridged. It seems like someone deleted the records. If someone is behind all this, perhaps they have power that transcends any single group or even nation. But that's only my hypothesis, so don't take it too seriously. I'll be away from Voldyke. I'll try to prove this hypothesis. I'll let you know if I find anything. Sage Verad. What I've learned from this letter. Lost Ark. Records regarding it have been deleted. Umbella. What I saw there was Khorzan, the Artillerist mountain. Only questions are left. Perhaps I need to look for people who know about the Lost Ark. Beatrice it is. Morning, my princess maker A. Not even the side reels know about Lutera's choices? Oh. Because Shandi was there, right?
운명을 따라 이곳으로 오신
And Azenna? So, destiny leads you
거듭된
here.
악마들의 침공, 카제로스의 기운이 점차 강해지고 있습니다.
All the demons, the invasions, Kazaros's energies becoming stronger and stronger. Beatrice looks down at Arcasia with sad eyes. All the fear that spread all across Arcasia. A cruel war is impending. Soon will come the moment where we require the power of the Ark. I know why you are here. The last key to unlock the Ark. The Lost Ark. You've come to find it. At Umbella, I saw the Antares Mountain. And Antares Mountain. The Antares Mountain, 500 years ago, that's where Kazaros's body is locked. The Lost Ark was at Corzon. Beatrice seems hesitant to speak. For a long time, the key of the Ark was gone. Unlike before, we can't even locate, we can't even feel its presence. Unlike before, the key of the Ark has the responsibility to open up the Ark as was ordained by Regulus. After its duty was accomplished, it was supposed to be retrieved and protected at Kaingal until the next time it was to be used. 500 years ago, along with the Ark, when it was liberated, when it was unleashed, the key of the Ark disappeared, and now we cannot even feel its trace, as if we were given a different destiny.
하지만 열쇠는 끝내 계승자에게 인도되는 것.
The key is to be given to the 계승자? 계승. Successor. With the powers that I have right now, all I can do right now is to chase the flow of destiny. Beatrice closes her eyes as if she's feeling something. The powers of destiny that flow around you, where it's headed. Go to the Lutera castle. At the end of this flow, you'll be able to find something meaningful. Thank you. Destiny. To some, it will be something that they have to follow. And to others, it will be something that they have to fight against. Beatrice quietly looks at me. I will follow you and the destiny that you write along your way.
당신이 증명해낸 그 길에 수많은 의지가 함께할 것입니다.
The road that you will pave, many will follow. Such a nice change here. Go meet Irene. Destiny is like snow, but you're the only one who can walk through the snow, so you need to make a path for the others to be able to. Ooh, that's a nice way to put it.
스퀘어홀을 반드시 등록해 두세요. 루테란을 여행할 때 큰 도움이 됩니다.
$295.
그럼 최대한 빠르게 부탁하네.
네, 폐하. 네, 폐하.
Irene is laying down
마침
orders
잘 됐네.
with a grave face. What's going on? Look at this.
세이크리아에서 보낸
A letter
서신일세.
from Sacria. Oh, these guys are up to no good. I was waiting for you. Today will be a good day. Wait, no, that's not it. It's just a rapport. Letter. Sacria. Anything with Sacria is not a good day. Lutera, king. At Pletchia, which is part of Sacria, Wineblue has apparently killed priests. We have received reports regarding this issue. Sacria is holding these matters gravely. And as a delegate of Regulus himself, we will be sending a mission group to investigate these matters. We hope that you can offer your assistance. If you do not comply, or we find that your actions go against our sacred rules, our sacred laws, then we will judge according to Sacrian law, and all responsibilities will be held by Lutera.
세이크리아가 플레치에서 일어난 사건을 조사하고 있네.
Sacria is investigating the matters that occurred at Pletchia. Darane has a grave face. Is looking grave. The problem is they're acting very fast. The moment they sent the letter, I've heard that they've already departed their troops. That they would hurry so much is really an exception. It's uncommon. As if they're trying to not give us the time to prepare. I feel the pressure on the letter. What should we do? I am indeed responsible for the actions that I have done, but I have no regrets. We did the right thing. What we saw there is something that should not have been done by those who follow a god. And so what it means by them sending a mission group so quickly, so hurriedly, perhaps there's something else. They have something else on their mind, aside from what happened at Pletchia. But in order to fight against Sacria, the powers invested in Lutera alone will not be enough. I've already sent asking for help from the Esters and other nations in Arcadia. I was going to send you, alert you of the news when you came. You came at the right moment. Did you have something to do at Lutera? Beatrice sent me here. The Watcher sent you to the Lutera castle? Is that about the Lost Ark? As Thyrain was about to speak more, someone whispers, "Oh, we hear someone's voice as if it was a whisper."
자네, 갑자기 왜 그러나?
Wait, what's going on? Listen. It's so vague.
자네,
It's
괜찮나?
difficult to hear properly. I feel dizzy. Emotions arise inside of
어딘가
me.
안 좋은 건가? 갑자기
Are you not feeling well? Suddenly. Tell him what happened. A voice? I didn't hear anything in the castle. Thyrain looks at me as if worried. The dizziness, is it gone now? You're about to fall down. Or surprised. If you have any other symptoms, tell me. I'll bring over a healer. Suddenly I had these strong emotions. I know about all the deeds that you have managed to accomplish all over Arcadia and different continents. But sometimes I think you should rest. Perhaps you're tired after hearing all of these stories all of a sudden. You should take a rest for today. Those stories about Sacria, let's do it at a later time. Don't worry. I and the Luterans will help you with all our might. Thyrain taps on my shoulder and sends me this warm look. Kiss him. We already kissed him, I think. And that rapport line.
세이크리아 조사단이 찾아온다는 게
Keep reading one. I'll put this on speaker. Sure. This is like a going to sleep stream. I have these complex emotions. Is it fear? I don't look good. Let's try to rest and organize the situation. The clues regarding the Lost Ark have been erased. Beatrice told me that the Lost Ark from before is different from the one now. And following the path of destiny, I've come to Lutera. And what I found is Sacria. Sacrian investigation letter. Tharain received a letter from Sacria protesting the death of Sacrian priests. All the things occurring here and the Lost Ark, perhaps there is some sort of connection. And this weird feeling I have, the voice that I heard all of a sudden, and these complex emotions. It doesn't seem to be because of the situation. Something else. These emotions don't seem like mine. But they feel familiar for some reason. I feel dizzy again. Maybe I should rest.
이해하겠느냐, 아만.
Do you understand, Armin?
아크.
Ark?
아주 오래된
It's a
전설이지.
very old legend.
과거 대악마로부터 세상을
In the
구했던
past,
지금은 사라진 건가요?
protecting us from the great demons.
그렇단다.
It's gone? Sadly
스스로
enough,
신을
that is the
붙잡으려 한
case.
우리는 오만의 대가를 치렀고
We tried to capture a god and now we're paying the price.
아크라시아를 구해냈다. 하지만
The successor of the Ark managed to save the world. But if Kazros is to be released, unleashed into the world, there will be darkness.
아크를 찾는다면
If someone manages to find the Ark, will people no longer have to fear Kazros?
그렇게 되겠지.
That will be the case. I can feel from Armin his will to protect the world by finding the Ark. I still feel these weird emotions. Perhaps it's lingering from the dream I had.
왕의 기사님, 마침 다행입니다.
The King's Knight.
세이크리아의 조사단이 도착했습니다.
The investigators from Sacria have arrived. They're making loud noises. Causing ruckus. Everyone, they don't know what to do. You can hear someone shouting out loud in the castle. The investigators, what are they doing? What are they up to? They want Thirain to prove himself that he's not a heretic.
그리고 왕의 기사님 역시 거론되고 있습니다.
And your name is also coming up. The king instructed them to not interrupt your slumber, but the noise is coming. They're complaining. At this point, something violent might occur. Just like when the inhabitants of the Borea land were killed ruthlessly. Marian's expression is growing white, pale. Please, please help the king, my knight.
루테란의 국왕,
King of
확실히
Lutera,
태도를 표명해야 할 것이오.
전쟁이 나는 건 아니겠지?
you will have to be
루테란이 진정
clear
빛을 따르고
with
있는지,
your will,
아니면
whether you're
불경하게도
following
변절할 뜻을 품고 있는지.
Lutera? If whether Lutera still upholds light or whether you want to go against our will.
필요한 자가 이제
루테란
모두
미한
모여
감히 목소리를 낮춰라.
Mihan, lower your voice. Lazaro,
반갑네. 나는
greetings.
세이크리아의 주교 라자로일세.
Chugyo, is that Pope? I guess that's the Pope. So Pope Lazaro. First time seeing you. Wineblue. There have been many matters that have interlocked us. Have come between us. Connected us. Lazaro has this sharp look on his face. I've heard about your deeds, but also about the murder that you have done in Pletchia. You have killed so many priests. Did you even think that Sacria would remain silent? I do have much respect for that silly thought. The Lutheran king and you will have to be punished for this unholiness. Explain. You do not need to explain anything to me. We're only here for investigation. However, I think I've already decided what shall be reported back to Sacria. Lutera, a noble nation, rooted in Artemis. These unholy beings are in these midst. We have waited for Lutera to come back to God's lap, but to return. But the Lutheran king and his knight murdered ruthlessly, cruelly, Pletchia's priest Antonio. A priest was ordained by Sacrian holy law. Sacria cannot let this pass. We will report this as a work of heresy.
세이크리아의 깊고 신실한 신앙에 루테란이 심려를 끼쳤다는 것이 유감이요.
I have to apologize
필요한
for
절차에 모두 응할 테니
what seems to be going against Sacria's will. We can only hope that you will lower your
불필요한 상황이
weapons.
일어나는 걸 바라지는 않을 테니.
지금
We do not
행동,
want anything
걸맞는
unnecessary to
답변을
happen here.
준비해 두기를 권하지.
미한
Shall
사제분들을
wait for a proper
만찬장으로 안내해라.
response.
그리고 자네
Mihan, please lead the investigators to the feast hall.
잠시만 이리로.
Just a moment over here at Dirain lowers his voice and whispers. Something suspicious about their attitude. They keep bringing up the word heresy. Seems like if we keep talking to them, it might have a negative effect on others. The people at the castle are now growing scared. We need to halt for the moment and learn about what they are up to actually. Alright. You should go back to your room. Could you take a look at these letters for me? Examine them. They are about national affairs. I think we require your opinion. Receive the letters? I need to talk to them. Dirain, with a serious look, shakes his head. He wants me to leave it to him. He hands me the letters. I see familiar names on those letters. I look at Dirain and nod. I'll leave it to you, and I'll call you when we need you. Dirain follows. So he's not a pope, I guess. He's like a higher priest, maybe? Oh, yeah, it's a higher priest of a region. So the high priest. Dirain follows him to the hall.
고생 많았어.
Hassling.
참는 건
It's
고된
very
일이구만.
difficult to hold it in. Hasselink, you can see his face has grown red. If only I could express my anger just like Mihan. But as the leader of the Knights of Lutera, I need to not go against Sacria. Any actions like that would be very troublesome. Even Dirain himself is maintaining composure. What is the relation between Sacria and Lutera like? Is there anything I can help with? Sacria is Regulus's representative, you could say. Lutera also follows Regulus. Regulus's church. But if we were to receive the brand of heretics, and if Lutera was to become Sacria's enemy, that would mean that Regulus's blessing has left us entirely. Lutera would be diplomatically secluded, and King Dirain's reign would be threatened. The righteousness of it. The name might sound laughable, but might not seem like much, but the name of God has that weight. It carries it. Whether those men are indeed priests who follow God, that is to be questioned. Perhaps they are just abusing their powers. The king has managed to handle the matters, to halt the situation, put a halt on it for the moment. We'll have to find a way to address them, take care of the situation. I'm only thankful to King Thirain for handling the situation very well. Perhaps you could help calming down the atmosphere around here. Even if it's noise caused by the Sacrians, if the king's knight were to console the people, to give them a relief, that will be helpful. The king's knight is Lutera's hero, so please. And also, don't forget to check those letters that Thirain entrusted you with. Is something very important for Lutera. Especially check the very end of those letters. Haslink shows a brief smile and leaves.
폐하와 왕의 기사님이 이단 논란이라니. 맞아요.
Heresy.
폐하나
That
기사님은
cannot be.
정말 좋은 분들인걸요.
That's right. The king and you're good people.
사제님들이 저렇게 무리할 수가. 이게
How
정말
can they be so
루페온의 뜻이
disrespectful?
맞을까요?
Is this indeed Regulus's will?
알겠습니다. 저는 무슨 일이 있어도 폐하와 기사님의
All
편입니다.
right. Whatever happens, I will follow you. And the king.
세이크리아와 전쟁이라도 벌어지는 건 아니겠지?
It can't be that we're about to go to war with Sacria.
무섭지만
I'm
폐하와
scared,
기사님을
but
믿고 있어요.
I believe in the king and his knight.
성기사단이 파견되는 걸까요? 모조리
왕의
불태워버린다는.
기사님,
기사님,
폐하께서
상황은
잘
어떻게?
해결해
The
주시고
king's knight. What is the situation? Thirain put a halt to it for now.
그렇군요.
Is that the case?
정말 고생 많으셨습니다.
Must have been difficult.
감사해요.
Thank you. Go rest. Let's check the letters that Thirain entrusted me with. Bahuntor. Sacria. These guys. Ugh. Those damned people. Are they saying that Wine, my little brother, did wrong? These are bad people. Thank you for telling me. But don't worry. I'm always on your side. If something happens, I will run to you. All in all, worst comes to worst, with Pjorgen, I will mace them. What follows is very difficult to read. Bontor, thank you, but okay, next letter from Rohendel. I know of what happened at Pletchia, but even so, Sacria's movements are well too fast. There might be some other goal that they want to accomplish. These XDD rats, I actually say rats, they say they're representing God's will. And they do whatever they please, just like that. If something happens, Rohendel will help. But for now, it's more important to fight against the demons, to prepare. The war against the demons grows worse and worse as the days go by. What are they doing? These Sacrians. First, examine the numbers. How many of them there are. Oh, not numbers, actually, what they're up to. Try to find out what they're up to. If you have wine alongside you, that'll be much easier. If there's something I can help with, I will. From Vern. To Thirain. We have received the news. Sacria, because the Pope, his whereabouts are vague, have not been acting outwardly. But if there's something political in their intentions, in their actions, perhaps you need to look for a specific piece of evidence and reason. Because this involves national relations, we have to be careful, but Vern will help you whenever you need it. From Shandi. That they would make a fuss about what happened at Pletchia. Nothing can help these XTD rats. They did these cruel experiments on Darrens at Pletchia. It was their doing, and now they're asking Lutera to be responsible? We're supposed to be fighting against the Legion raid commanders. Legion commanders. This is not the time for this. The Sacrians. Nothing has changed in the past 500 years. I do recommend that you get in touch with Wine. Maybe Sacrians will be looking after him. I'm preparing something on my side. Just please try to make some time for me. Wanted me to check the last page. Wine. I want to contact you in secret. I will take care of the sages from Sacria. Could you, for me, find out who requested help? Whatever these Sacrians say, we will ask for righteous reason and evidence. We need to prove that what we did was right. We need someone who knows well about what happened at Pletchia. We need a reason and evidence to fight against Sacria. What happened at Pletchia? Someone who would know well about Antonio. Armin? Federico? Federico! I'm not alone. asking for help. Federico. Call him. Call Marion. Marion, I have something to
부르셨습니까?
request.
어떤 것을 도와드릴까요?
What can I help you with? Could you send this letter for me? Yes, I will, right away. And the king, my knight. I suddenly feel dizzy. Are you okay? It's okay. It's nothing. Marion seems worried. You seem quite tired. You should take a rest. Even Thirain said that taking care of the investigators would take a while. He wanted you to focus on resting up. And my knight, what is it? Today, I'm very thankful to you for listening to what I had to say. I am weak and I'm worthless. I could not be able to repay all of the great deeds and efforts that you have bestowed on this land. I cannot even imagine the weight that you carry in order to protect this world. But I'm always thankful. I have this thankfulness deep in my heart. And thank you so much for protecting Lutera and Arcacia. And I can only hope that you will stay healthy. I believe the king would think so as well. Now you need to rest. I will go on my way. If you need anything, please call for help. Someone worrying about me like that. That's something to be thankful about.
이제
So
떠나는구나.
you'll be on your way.
순례사제의 길은 내 생각보다 더 험할지도 모른다.
This road that you walk
정말
will not be an
괜찮겠느냐?
easy one. Will you be okay?
걱정해 주셔서 감사합니다, 고스터님. 저는
Thank you for
빛의
worrying
길을
about me.
따르겠습니다.
I will follow the road of
그것이
light.
어머니께서 제게 남겨주신
That's
것이니까요.
what my mother left me with, entrusted me with.
괜찮으세요?
Are you okay?
드디어 만났네요.
We finally meet. Is that young Armin?
괜찮아요?
Are you okay?
표정이
You don't look
안
good.
좋은데
Yes, it is young Armin's illusion.
많이 어지러우세요?
Are you dizzy?
그래도
Do you feel
좀
dizzy?
지나면 나아질 거예요.
You will soon be okay. Everyone at first, they were all like that. He looks exactly like young Armin. We finally meet adventurer Armin? Yes, that is my name for now. Looks like exactly like the young Armin I saw at Pletchia, but what is going on? What is this? It's because time has come. Ah, as he exclamates as if something came to mind. It's probably because I had this thought that I really wanted to meet you. I've been watching over you as you were working in order to save the world and chase away the darkness, to find again the light. I really wanted to have a talk with you. Armin extends his hand and smiles. Grab his hand. Hold his hand. You're a good person. All the roads that you have walked to this point, they're telling me that. Being together with so many people, leading the way, is a very difficult thing. But for you, if it comes to you, someone outside makes noise. Footsteps. You can hear them. Oh, someone's coming.
몸은 좀
Irene,
어떤가?
are you
아무래도
okay?
걱정이 돼서.
전 신경 쓰지 말고
I was worried.
이야기하세요.
Don't worry about me. Just keep talking to him. Is it a dream?
음?
Try to pinch that rain.
괜찮은 건가? 갑자기
이
이상한
사람은
What is this?
정말로
This
당신을 걱정하고
weird
있네요.
action.
기쁘게도.
This person's actually worried about you. That's a good thing.
치유사에게 진찰을 받는 게 좋지 않겠나?
Do you need help from one of our healers? A golden illusion of a young Armin. Young Armin. A golden illusion. Tharain looks around the room, but he can't see it. I can see young Armin after having that dream. Seeing illusions. Hearing sounds that nobody else can. Tharain looks perplexed, looks serious, plunging into his thoughts. I sent a letter to Federico. Oh, so you've managed to find that note. I was worried that I'd entrusted you with such a thing when it seemed like you were so tired. I'm sorry, but I'm also thankful. Yes, if it's Federico, he'd be able to have access to internal information at Sacria. He'd be of help. I'm still in talks with the investigators from Sacria, but their attitude is very stern. If we keep avoiding, they say that they would have to lay down judgment. Armin peeks over to this side.
세이크리아.
Sacria.
저들의 목적은 확고한 것으로 보이네.
Whatever their goal is, it seems very solid. They won't settle for just an official apology or some sort of right between Sacria and Lutera. Some sort of agreement. It seems like they're here to lay down justice, punishment under God's name. Not just on me, but also on the Luterans, the civilians, and you too. Tharain sighs. I don't want the past to repeat itself. I'm always thankful when it comes to you. You must have seen the letters, but the Esthers and other nations have contacted me, saying that they will help. We can no longer allow Sacria to do as they want to. They're trying to lay this brand of heresy on us.
최대한 그들이 원하는 상황을 만들지 않으려 했네만.
I really wanted to make it so that things don't pan out for them. Perhaps we need to fight against them in order to progress from here. Lazaro and his troops are waiting at the reception. I'll go ahead, and once you have rested a bit, you should come too. And if matters get settled, let us then talk about the things that you are going through, those phenomenons.
세이크리아라면 사제들을 만나러
Sacria.
가는 건가요?
Are you going to meet the priests? Do you want to go with me? Or you should stay here? You want to go with me?
네,
Yes,
당신을
I'll follow you.
따라갈게요.
Armin is ready to follow me. Let's go to the reception. Sacrians, they're up to no good.
왕의 기사님, 부탁하신 서신은 잘
여긴
발송하였습니다.
루테란 성이라는 곳이군요.
Oh, so this is the Lutheran castle. This must be.
이야기를 나눌 수 있었다면 좋았을 텐데.
If only I could have the opportunity to speak with Lutera himself.
사람들이 잔뜩 모여
So many
있네요.
people have gathered up.
드디어 도착했나?
And so you've arrived.
이 사람들은 당신을 신뢰하지 않고 있어요.
These people are not trusting you.
아무리 세이크의
Lazaro.
있다 해도
Even though you follow God's rule, God's will, Thyrain is fighting with the Sacrian priests.
그럼 왕의 기사도 도착했으니 본격적으로 이야기를
Now
시작하지.
that the king's knight has arrived, let us go on with the talks.
루테란의 국왕은 어째서인지 자네를 계속 보호하려 들었지만
The Lutheran king seems to be intent on protecting you.
자네는 신을 모시는 사제를 살해했다.
But you, Wine, king's knight, have murdered a priest. 모독? You have defiled Sacria, who stands as God's representative. You have been hiding and avoiding us. You've been busy at that. Under God's great name, we should lay ruin on Lutera. But are you willing to accept your sin? The surroundings. People are panicking. talk about what happened at
왕의
Pletchia.
기사가 한 말이 맞소.
The king's
세이크리아를
knight is
존중하여
right.
언동을 조심하여 왔지만
I've been
안토니오
careful
주교는
about
대성당을
this,
피하여
talking about
대란들을
this.
납치하여 실험하고 있었지.
But Antonio was performing human
진짜
experiments
세이크리아의
on
뜻인지
Darrens.
묻고 싶군.
I want to ask whether this is abiding by Sacria's will. Lazaro stares at us without saying a word. They kidnapped secretly. Oh, it's the Lanes in the west, right? The Lanes. And they were performing experiments using Silmile. Lazaro suddenly laughs. Seem to have obtained a good reason, King Thirain. However, without any evidence to prove your argument, you'll not be able to cover up all that you've done. All that you've done. Yes, let's talk about you, adventurer. You have killed Priest Antonio and many of his disciples. You have killed Wilhelm, great priest at Rowan. And you've also killed executioners, Leppius, Ospier. And the many of the people that were dispatched with them. It's just that we do not have the details. But we know that you were there at that moment at Rowan. If we are to go more into the past, the priest that had come to Lutera at Borea land, you have killed investigators from Sacria. You have seen what has happened, what had happened back then. Oh, a Delane who acted just like any demon. A Sacrian priest who has gone heretic. Armin. He disappeared along with the demons that had appeared. Solas, investigator, the executioner, was killed alongside many who were with him. Lutera wanted to put the blame on their actions. He wanted to settle matters just like that. Lazaro sends a sharp look towards Thirain. Shu Herit was reigning peacefully over Lutera. And then suddenly you and then Armin and this Thirain suddenly show up. And you are busy protecting each other, advocating each other. Is this all coincidence? The Lutheran king, Thirain, and then the king's knight, Wine. We order you on a court to judge whether you are heretics. If you have nothing to fear, you will be able to prove it. You have no reason to hide. Hurry to Pletchia. I will be the judge of all the charges. If you have anything to say for yourselves, you'll have to speak there. So we're headed to Pletchia.
심판이 이루어질 것이니
He seems very angry.
이단 재판이라.
A heresy trial. Lazaro and his followers leave without giving a second look. So that was their plan. They wanted us to be at court, to be placed at court. If we are to be sentenced as heretics, Sacria will have the right to politically affect Lutera. Take action on Lutera. We're already so busy fighting against the Legion commanders. Tharain, as if trying to organize his thoughts, closes his eyes and then opens them. The situation here, at least, seems to have been settled. But I'm worried more about you. Tharain momentarily seems to think about something. The illusions that you saw, come to think of it, I did read something about that in the documents regarding Lutera's memories. He never talked about himself too much. But in this one document, he did talk about having weird dreams and seeing illusions. Carrying strong feelings and seeing these golden illusions. Perhaps you should go to the Termia library and take a look at that document, at those records. But we need to go to Pletchia. It's okay. For now, we don't need to hurry. What I was worried about at the moment was them causing harm to Lutera in the now. Just like what happened at Borea. You know, right? Tharain seems to be thinking about the past. At the very least, the innocent were not harmed, and so all is well, for now. Tharain shows a bit of a smile. I will handle matters here. You should go to Termia Library and find that book. A heresy trial? It can't be. Hurry to Pletchia, sure, continues dailies and raids. Just one chaos dungeon before I have to go to Pletchia. I can go through the square hole.
다른 대륙들 정황은 들었나? 테르미아 도서관입니다. 성숙해 주십시오.
Termia Library.
여기에요.
It's here.
정말 고생하셨어요.
Must have been difficult for you. The road that you walk, the path that you walk, so many things are happening along it, alongside it. These priests, those so-called priests, what a shame. Those who uphold the light are not able to see the light, it seems. Did you hear what Lazarus said? Yes. They're using someone's death as a reason to accomplish their goals. Is that all for the sake of light? Everyone has some sort of light inside of them. If they're not able to find it, they can only perish in the darkness. Young Armin shows a smile. Don't worry too much. All will be well. If you are worried, here, why don't you try extending your hand like this? And try to write on your palm what you're worried about right now. Just like this. Young Armin seems to be writing something on my hand, on my palm. And then think about it. Think about this. Your worries are in your hand. You have nothing to fear anymore. My worries are in my hand. I have nothing to fear. And then, ta-da! Suddenly we can see light emanating from young Armin's hand.
저곳으로 가볼까요?
Why don't we try to go over there? You can see light forming around this one book.
어때요?
Book number 1 of Lutera's memories. When I first heard that they wanted me to write down my memories at the castle, 4 knights took me away from these 4 knights who were wearing heavy armor. I wasn't sure if they wanted to torture me. But they told me that I should act like nobility. They didn't want me to cause a ruckus. After going through the doors of the castle, I saw this garden. This green garden. I was astonished. There was this one chair and an old man. This old man, but his eyes seemed very young. When I saw him, I knew what I had to write about. The great hero. Who wielded the power of the 7 stars, fighting against the great demon Kazaros. It was King Lutera. Oh, so this is from the perspective of a writer. So he's about to write the story of Lutera, his biography. It was King Lutera sitting in front of me. A white thunder and a hurricane. It seemed like I was in front of that. Such a sight. That I would be able to express using my fingers, my pen, the story of this man's life. Please write down my memories. Oh, dear God Gienna, so that I can, at last, look back. Such a great hero asking me so politely to write down his stories. I could not run away. And so the task was given to me to write down King Lutera's first and very last memories.
뭔가
Have
찾았나요?
you found something? If only it could be of help. I found his memories. Young Armin seems to be happy. There's a lot of records here from the past, from the present, and also about the future. I do like books. If only at that time I'd like to stay longer this library. Oh, I can see another light over there.
여기도 책이 빛나고 있어요.
The book here is also lighting up.
기사님,
Book
혼자
number
무슨
2.
책을 보고 계신가요?
It's been 2 months since I've stayed at the castle. We've talked about the format of these memories. The king insisted that I should do as I please. I wanted to say that makes it even harder, but I couldn't say it out loud. And so I kept quiet. Stories about adventures. Hearing them from the very person who went through them. When you look at people who have had great success in their lives, who are held up high by others, these tend to be humble, but inside they tend to be very full of themselves. But I couldn't feel anything like that from the king. I have these dreams about me being overwhelmed by the darkness. And then I can see these apparitions, these golden illusions that manifest in those dreams. Past, memories of the past, memories that are not mine. The king's voice was different from before. When he talked about his adventures, his accomplishments, there were these emotions. But in the case of this story, those emotions went away. And from then on, the king started talking about his past, his true past. And that's when I realized the past sad memories and emotions have appeared in the form of illusions. They are in front of me. Oh dear Procyon. This hero who should be upheld by the sky and land. Never has he basked in his own glory. He is just regretting his past mistakes, his faults. He's endlessly repeating it in his mind. I mustered the courage and said, I want to write this down in your memorial. And at that moment, the king smiled. He said that's exactly what he wanted.
아, 루테란 폐하의 회고록이군요.
Oh, not memorial, it's memoir. Never mind. Oh, King Lutera's memoir. This book is the last record left about King Lutera before he passed away. He never really talked about himself. This is the only record of his own words. And so it's very held up as valuable among researchers at Lutera. What do you think about the second book? Leopoldin talks about Lutera. Even this great hero who brought peace to Arcadia seems to have had his worries and concerns as a mere mortal. As someone who's just like any other, I cannot even imagine what he was feeling at that time. And so this memoir holds great historical value. While Leopoldin is talking about expert advanced information, I can hear young Armin calling on me. What do you think? Isn't it insane? These great achievements. Oh, wait, King's Knight, where are you going?
여기도 빛나는
Here.
책이 있어요.
I can see another one, a shining book.
조금만 참으시면 됩니다.
Just wait a bit. Hold it on for a moment.
이제 안 아파. 정말 감사합니다.
I don't hurt anymore. Thank you so much.
아빠, 저 사람 누구야?
유명한 사제님이란다.
오셨군요.
Oh, so you've come. Isn't this the very beginning scene?
사제님 덕분에 살았어요.
Thank you, priest.
조심히 가세요.
아만 또
Armin.
힘을 사용했구나. 쓰면 쓸수록 힘에
So you've
먹혀버리고
used your powers
말이야.
again. If you keep using them, the darkness will keep growing.
자네 도와줘서 고마웠네.
Thank you for helping.
조심해서 빛이 가득.
Farewell. May light shine on your path. Carmine.
인간인 척하더니
You were acting like human,
결국 급할 땐 악마의 힘인가?
but when you need it, you rely on demon powers.
아크를 차다니
자네라면 해낼 줄 알았네.
Finding the Ark. I always knew you would be able to do it. On the Ark. The emotions stay with me. The emotions I had during these illusions.
괜찮아요?
Are you okay? I can feel great loneliness and bitterness. No, just great loneliness. But I can also feel this willpower, striving to overcome it all, no matter how much it's tiring and painful. Take deep breaths. It will be okay. You know about these illusions? Yes. Young Armin shows a sad face. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to have to go through this, but it's something necessary. All the emotions that you feel right now. It's what lies on his path. The last book is over there. You'll be able to find there what you need. I try to cling on to my mind, clear it from the darkness. Let's try to read the book that Armin pointed to. One page is lighting up. Lutera's memoir, third book. What dream did you have today? The dreams that the king has, they are quite peculiar. They often start with a great light, a strong light. And within that light lies the emotions of others, their experiences. These things fill it all up. I can feel these experiences as if they were mine, as if I had gone through them myself. Can you make them disappear? They stem from my past, my mistakes. The king, as a person, looks very lonely. I wanted to give it a name. Fear often stems from ignorance, from lack of knowledge. The strong emotions of the past will manifest in the form of golden illusions. They seem to call upon me. As if trying to resonate. Resonance. I like that as a name. Why? Just like how sound ripples, I felt like those things were watching over you as you were watching over them. The king let out a joyful laugh. He said, I hope that is the case. And then he smiled. As I left the castle, I thought back at the discussions that we had. I only hope that the king's life during it or at the very end of it, that there will be forgiveness. That place will not be under God's blessing, will not be a flaming sun or a blue moon. I can only hope that he will find peace under the stars that try to pull onto each other, shining bright in the night sky. And with these words, I shall end this memoir.
루테란의 끝이 행복했다면 좋을 텐데.
Can only hope that Lutera's end was happy. Did you manage to find what you're looking for in these books? I did read about resonance. Are you a sort of resonance? Resonance. He thought about it that way. It does seem to fit. Young Armin utters the word resonance. I myself do not know why I'm here appearing in front of you like this, but I am merely happy because I always wanted to meet you. Ask why. Are you really Armin? Armin. Yes, I am. And that is why, even more, I wanted to meet you. Because you are what I wanted to be. And that's why I really like it right now, that I'm here with you. I always thought about this, that I wanted a friend. That would be great if I had a friend. I wanted to leave behind the difficultness, the complex things. I always wanted a friend with whom I could leave behind all the difficulties and the complexities. Someone I could speak with and share emotions in a very simple way. What about you? The memories and the experiences that you had through the resonance, did you like it? It was acceptable. It was difficult. Indeed, that must have been the case. However, for you, for Armin, you're like a light that refuses to extinguish. Many things happened, and through all of that, your spirit never faltered. You managed to save many, and you managed to reclaim the light. That is exactly what Armin wanted to become. And so, please do not stop in your steps. Armin's voice becomes vaguer, as if he's getting sucked into somewhere. His presence seems to grow far.
운명의 빛이 당신을
The light of
인도할
destiny will lead you. His voice grows fainter.
아파요, 사제님.
It hurts, priest.
사랑하는 내 아가.
Armin, priest.
미워하면
Do not
안 돼.
have feelings of hatred.
아만 사제,
Armin,
선택받은 신의 권속이
you've been chosen as
더러운
the
자들에게 신경
chosen by
쓸 필요
God.
없다.
You do not need to mind about these filthy things.
아만 사제를 세이크리아로 데려가.
Take Armin to Sacria. What was that laugh? Was that Cuckoo Satan?
아만,
Armin.
세이크리아의 사제들이 무고한 사람들을 죽인 건가?
The Sacrian priests have killed the innocent?
이유가 있었겠지.
There must have been a reason.
돌아가자.
Let's go back, Armin.
아만 사제님처럼 되는 게 꿈인걸요?
I want to become like Armin in the future.
이 모습을 보이고 싶진 않았는데
I don't want to show this to others. You won't save them. You won't be able to change anything.
당신들은 빛의 사제로서
You do not know
사람들을
me.
찾고 싶습니다. 알지 못합니다. 앞으로도 계속 지금처럼.
자네 괜찮나?
Are you okay? He's looking at me as though
정신이 좀
worried.
드나?
Armin has gone away.
또 환영을 본 건가?
Have you seen another illusion? It's becoming worse and worse. I'm worried. First you tell me you have these weird dreams, and then these illusions, they're becoming more frequent. Have you seen Armin again? Tell him about young Armin and the illusions. When Armin left us. And then young Armin pointing towards the books, the memoirs. Have you checked the records about the king? The records that he left us. Tell him about the resonance. Yes, of course, resonance. Things that happen to Lutera are also happening to you, perhaps. And then resonance. Perhaps it is a sort of trial that needs to be surpassed for those who succeed the ark, for the successors who have managed to find the ark. About this, perhaps we should try to look in Pletchia. Sacria knows a lot about illusions. We might be able to get some help. I've made preparations to leave for Pletchia. Once you're ready, we'll be able to leave straight away.
두 사람 다 소란을 피울 필요는 없다고 말했잖아.
I told you to. You don't need to cause any
정말
ruckus.
괜찮으시겠습니까? 그 사제놈들이 무슨
Will you be okay?
기사들만으로는
Those
걱정되긴 한다.
priests, they're up to no
기사단을
good.
대동하고 가시는 게
보는 눈이 많으니 플래체로 조용히 떠나려 할 것만.
So many eyes are watching us. I wanted to leave to Pletchia. Quietly. Silently. But everyone's worried about what the priests said. Mihan intervenes. My king, we need to leave with your chin up high. These damned Sacrians. Mihan. Language. If you need a troop, we will follow. Haslink adds on. I'm thankful to you all thinking about me like that, but please, language. It is indeed comforting. Those two are always fighting amongst themselves, but in times like these, they become one like that. That doesn't feel too bad. Thirain smiles. However, this will be an important turning point for Lutera, internationally, for you as well. It's the first time Sacria has shown officially hostility regarding you. Whatever they're up to, we'll have to figure out once we're there. For the moment though, let's just think about our plan. I myself, I will not let them have their own way. The troops pay their respects. Thirain nods towards them, and with a serious face, he looks at me. Let us go to Pletchia. That the king has to receive a heresy trial.
왕의 기사님께 경례.
Greetings to the king's knight. I'm sorry. It's the first time that in front of the library there's so many people. I became stiff.
폐하와 왕의 기사님을 이단이라
That
말하다니.
they will call the king and his knight heretics. I will always be at your side. The truth will always prevail. I can only wish that you will return well. This is an important moment for me, Thirain, and the Lutheran people. Let us head towards Pletchia. So now we're at Pletchia.
오셨군요.
So you've come, young Armin. So many priests and people have gathered up.
다시 만나서 정말 기뻐요.
I'm so glad being able to meet you again.
사람들이 많이 모여 있네요.
So many people have gathered up. I'm starting to be concerned. Are you okay? I'm fine. Slightly tense. Right? Me too. When times like these come, I'm always a bit scared. Scared that perhaps I'm at wrong. That's perhaps someone else should have done the job. And when times like these come, I always think my worries are in my hands. I'm no longer afraid. If I do that, I'm a bit more at ease. And so all will be well. The light of destiny will lead you along your way. The road that you have to take. All right. So difficult words, young man. You'll learn to know soon enough. Young Armin smiles.
오랜만이구나. 소식은 들었다.
Oh wait, Sacria. I've heard. Armin disappeared
어디 그리
again.
멍하니 보고 서 있어?
What are you looking at over
긴장이라도
there?
되는 게냐?
Are you feeling tense? A heresy trial. You've been through so many things, but even you should feel tense. I see things. I see illusions. What illusions? Tell her about young Armin. So you're seeing these illusions of that friend we saw last time. Here, show me your hand. Sacria grabs my hand and concentrates silently. No signs of curse or anything. That must mean I'm one to believe that in this world there's no simple coincidence. The things you're going through, there must be some sort of reason that you're seeing these illusions of that young Armin. And that you're feeling these emotions. That is nothing ordinary. Perhaps last time you were in Pletchia, the past that you saw through the illusion stone, the past of that child, the emotions you felt then, perhaps that was the catalyst. Armin's past. I'll think into these matters. That you're feeling the emotions of an illusion. I've never heard of such a thing happen. But let us first extinguish the fire in front of us. If you are to be marked as a heretic, you will not be able to roam around Arcasia freely. Being labeled as a heretic means you become enemy of Sacria. And the brand of heretic that is used by Sacria is a very powerful spell. Your every movement, every action will be traced by the Sacrians. However, fear not. We have seen all the things that you have done. We will help you at all costs. Thyrain has arrived, I see. Go meet up with him. Sacria pats on my back.
아유, 샨디 영감탱이는 이렇게 중요할 때 어딜 간
That
게야?
old man Shandi, where is he in all the in this time, in these grave times?
자네 왔군.
오셨습니까?
You've come, Alphonse Fedici.
이제 곧 재판이
The
시작할
trial
것
will
같네.
begin soon. Thirain looks around. All these people gathered up, the priests at Pletchia. It seems like something big is happening at Sacria too. They've not even received approval from the Pope. All these matters going on in a hurried fashion. They're hoping that we will falter during the trial, even the smallest of falters. They will try their best to brand us as heretics. Explain about the heretic trial, heresy trial. Yes, before it begins, I should explain. What do you want to learn about? How does the trial go? The heresy trials follow the rules, the holy laws of Sacria. If a great priest requests a heresy trial and Sacria receives this, then a judge will be appointed, and judgment priests will move accordingly. The judge will examine the evidence handed by the great priest. And if the request seems just, a mark of heresy will be branded. I was worried about the judgment being one-sided. But at the very least, the judgment is gonna happen not in Sacria, but in Pletchia. There will be people who know about what happened at Pletchia. It will be easier for us to find witnesses who will support us. Ask about the judge. The judge remains neutral even within Sacria. He has the power to make judgments about grave crimes according to holy law. Judges are said to be just people, fair, that they follow only the holy law. But they're also said to be extremely cruel when it comes to those who have been branded as heretics. Be careful. They have not received approval from the Pope. Yes, I was surprised myself. Usually it takes a long time before these trials are held. A great priest has to approve it, and then the Pope has to approve as well. However, this trial was held under the name of the great priest. Thirain lowers his voice. The Sacrian Pope, Gusto, has not appeared in official has not appeared officially anywhere in recent times. And so all the situation seems very sus. Alright. Alphonse here wants to be a witness. Alphonse nods. We can see Rosaline and Arzin showing signs of worriedness. As long as all goes according to truth, there will not be any issues. But these Sacrians, they're up to no good. They'll try to twist the truth. We'll have to find those spots. And destroy their feeble logic. I do have plans I've set up on my own. But I'm worried that they will be accomplished in timely fashion. There will be time for us to discuss during the judgment, during the trial. Let us talk about those things then.
이번 재판은
This trial
아무래도
seems very
좀 위험한 일
dangerous.
같더군요.
The priests seem very committed. The Sacrian priests have been coming to me for the past few months. They wanted evidence, proof, related to Antonio priests. Seems like they've been planning on this for quite a while. Alphonse Medici looks around and then lowers his voice. Wine. In the past, Antonio, he had been requesting funds from Pletchia. He purchased boats under a fake name. He was on the move. It seems like the boats that were supplied by Medici were not enough. Those ships were headed to Phaeton and to Corzan in order to kidnap the Delanes. Yes. We examined detailed records. That was not ordained by the Sacrian mainland. That was Antonio acting with his own will. I've supplied the judge with records of Antonio's usage of boats. If I do have the chance to speak up. Oh, if you have the chance to speak up regarding these matters, you should use those as evidence. Thank you. Even though you could say I did not know about his doings, I did end up helping him in his cruel deeds. If it were not for you, such vile things would still be happening in the undergrounds of Pletchia. Medici, our family, is cheering for you. I'll have to remember that. Antonio's usage of boats, the records. You can hear Lazaro's voice in the insides of the cathedral.
재판이 준비되었으니 이동하라.
The trial is ready.
이제
Now
시작이군.
move. It has begun. Let us go.
오 신이시여,
Oh dear God. The Ignis Cathedral, Great Cathedral. Judgment Day.
이단 재판을 시작하겠습니다.
Let us begin.
증인 알폰스
Witness Alphonse Medici.
어깨가 빳빳하구나.
Sacria.
긴장하지 말거라. 그러다 안 할 실수도 한다.
Relax a bit. Sacria comes close and lowers her voice. I've gathered up the Yazes in Pletchia. We've investigated regarding matters about Antonio. After he was appointed as regional priest of Pletchia, there have been such things going on here. Unfamiliar faces filled up the Ignis Great Cathedral. Sometimes access to the cathedral was blocked, and priests would stand guard quite often. Even though the great cathedral is supposed to be open to all for prayer. And you know what happens in the undergrounds of the great cathedral. Do you have any proof regarding this? Sacria shows a smile. Ah, you're quick to think. We've obtained the records about priests entering Pletchia. Not many have received official approval. There are many such individuals on the list. Hanghorn is dawn dusk. It seems like they're related to this organization named the Dusk. And so this document proves that Antonio ignored the holy law of Sacria. He was committing actions individually. I've supplied the judge with these records, and so if you need them, don't hesitate to use them. That Lazaro, he's up to something. Something dirty. So make sure to use these pieces of evidence. Let's keep that in mind. I'm not alone.
베디체님
Sacrian.
신문이 끝나가고 있네.
They're trying Medici. Sacrian whispers. Lazaro. Admits that Sacria received a lot of funding from Medici, but he keeps evading how that money was used. Let us keep bringing this up, this weak point Be careful. Be careful. These people, whenever they see a weak point, they'll keep rubbing it in. Lazarus wants us to become heretics. He'll keep mudding the truth, the essence of the trial, and he will twist the truth. We need something, a piece of evidence that cannot be hidden. You're right. Whenever someone tries to cover up the truth, there's always a weak point that arises. Let us find such a weak point and then talk about the underground of this cathedral. The main point of this trial is not Antonio's death. The point of trial when it comes to heresy trials is whether the will of God has been violated. We cannot let it pass. We cannot let Antonio's death be an act against God.
그래서
And
메디치
so,
경은 자발적 선의로 세이크리아에 헌금을 했다는 것이고
Medici willfully provided funding to
당시에는
Sacria.
예술가들을 위한
At that time, I
대의라고
thought that was for
생각했습니다.
the greater good of the artists at Pletchia.
좋소.
Good.
신문을 종료합니다.
That ends my turn. Approved.
다음 증인으로
Next,
피고인 본인들을 신청합니다.
걱정 마.
피고인들은 앞으로
잘 기억하세. 루테란의 왕 실리안.
I am King
질서에 비달해
Lutera,
거짓없이 임하겠소.
King of Lutera, thy reign. I shall speak with the truth.
신문을 시작하겠다. 두 명은 이그니스 대성당에서 안토니오 주교와 만난 적이 있나?
그렇소.
Have you met with Priest Antonio? Approved.
신의 율법을 수호하는 안토니오 주교에게 반기를 들어 그를 살해한 것도 두 사람이니라.
And you killed Priest Antonio,
그럴 리가.
말도 안 돼.
going against God's will. Antonio, who was upholding God's will, the holy law. Say no or no answer. That is not the case. No.
아니다라. 그것은 루테란의 왕과 전 세계 명성이 높은 모험가가 세이크리아의 사제를 살해하여 불경한
That
의도를
is
드러낸
proof
증거다.
that the king of Lutera and the adventurer.
부정하지 않으나 정당한 의도가 있었소.
Oh, that must not have been the right answer. Okay. Okay, Darrane's saying there was a good reason.
신의 대변자를 살해한 것에 이유를 덧붙인다.
Providing a reason for murdering a delegate of God. How funny. We were not going against God's will. All right. Then as a follow-up, in the past, you held hands with this demon who was acting like priests. You're connected to the deaths of Executioner Solus and his followers. And that demon, along with you two, helped in the upheaval that happened in Lutera. You held hands with the demon. Is there any righteousness in this? There must be a reason. Is that true? Whoa, what is this? Thirain
그는
seems to be holding on to his anger. He is not a demon. Oh. Objection! Armin was a good man.
악마의 피를 가진 대로 나만 최근 세이크리아의 성물을
Armin
파괴하고
was the
혼란을
dirty
휩싸이게
blood of
만들어.
demons.
그 사건에 대해서는 심판 사제들 역시 주지하고 있습니다.
Armin destroyed this holy item of Sacria.
두 사람은 세이크리아에 대적하고 있는 악마를 변호하고
These
그의 편에
two
서고자 하는
people
것이니
are advocating for a demon who's going against the will of Sacria. What is it? Wait, objection? And what is this? The true heretic is... Objection!
본질.
Don't try to
자네들이
hide the
불경한
truth.
악마를 두둔하고 세이크리아에 대적하고 있다는 것은 엄연한 사실이다.
You're trying to advocate
자네들은
for a
안토니오
demon.
주교와 수많은 사제들을 학살하면서 충분히 스스로의 본질을
You've killed
드러내지
Priest
않네.
Antonio and so many other priests. You've come to show your true self. The true heretic is
라자로 주교.
Antonio.
멈추시오. 지금 피고인이 한 말을 좀 더 명확히 듣고 싶습니다.
Priest Lazaro. Stop. I want to hear what the defendant has to say. I wish to bring up what happened underground,
피고인이 증언한 장소를 조사하라.
this great
지금
cathedral.
당장.
Knights, go investigate. Right now. And what happened there. The kidnapping of Delanes and human experimenting.
나 역시 그 장소에 있었어.
I was there too.
그리고 플레체의 사제들이
The priests of
납치한
Pletchia,
대원들을 실험에
they
이용하고 있는
were
모습을 보았지.
performing experiments on kidnapped Delanes.
나 역시 그것을 조사하는 과정에 함께했네.
I was there too
이
during the
증언이
investigations.
사실입니까?
Are these testimonies true, Lazaro?
안토니오 주교의 행동이 거짓됨은 없었으나
There's nothing false about what Antonio did. Dear Lord, how could that be?
문의의 고결한 영혼을 더럽히려 드는가?
Are you trying to dirty the holy, the pure soul of one who has passed away? You'll go through all means in order to hide the truth. You'll have to be careful about the next words you choose. You can feel a mild anger in Lazaro's voice. When emotions like these are shown on the outside, it is a good time to rub it in. Antonio went against God's will. Explain what happened, what he did in Pletchia. You can hear murmurs, noise in the crowd. Oh, so he built this facility underground, the great cathedral. Kidnapped the lanes, performed experiments. Antonio, as a priest following God's will for a very long time, he was in charge of Pletchia. He was truthful, and many watched over him. What you just said now, is there any proof regarding that matter? There is proof. There is no proof. Oh. This feels like Ace Attorney. Do we have proof? Yes. We do have proof. I'm curious as to what that is. Lazaro's eyes grow cold. His look. Let's show him something he cannot deny. Antonio ships suspicious priests entering Pletchia. The Silmaril that was used for the experiments. I mean, they're all not really like strong proof. The Judge Bio looks at different pieces of evidence and then shakes her head. Such a piece of evidence was not submitted. Oh no, that was the wrong choice. Lazaro looks at me as I'm a lost cause. Trying to submit to summon evidence that was not even submitted. Trying to to hide the truth. Dongra? Was that in Korean? In English. Oh, are you trying to desecrate the holy law? I have other proof. You'll have to try not to waste our time. Let's show him undeniable proof. Okay, so ship usage or such priests? Such priests. Pletchia was erected under the Holy Union. Are you trying to find fault with priests visiting these lands due to individual reasons? This piece of evidence is proof that something was going on, something that was not approved by the Sacrian mainland. Or that Antonio provided positions for his close ones. No, it's the top one. I request records of priests entering Pletchia. Bio examines the evidence. not sure of whereabouts after entering Pletchia. These people, it isn't recorded where they are part of. The crowd grows louder after Bio speaks those words. It seems you have come prepared. There's more. More. You can see Lazaro's eyes growing sharp. The ships. It does not go against the law. A great priest having in his possession ships that has nothing to do with this trial. This piece of evidence. This proof that he kidnapped Delanes. Proof that he put money, some of the funds in his pocket. No, it's the Delanes. There's also records of people manning the ship. Records. Bio examines the evidence. Most of the passengers were Delanes. There's also records that the ships stayed at Phaeton and Corzon. The crowd grows louder. Lazaro's expression, which had remained unchanged, we can see something different now. Slightly, but surely. Lazaro stares at us without saying anything. With a sharp look. Is that so? Ha. Lazaro suddenly smiles. Proof. What you have provided us with up to this point is just situational evidence. There's no direct proof that kidnapping and experimenting on Delanes ever happened. You're just trying to come up with this good theory, and you provided us with these pieces of evidence beforehand for that purpose. Is there anybody who witnessed what has happened underground? Nobody except you two. And there's nobody testifying regarding the kidnapping of Delanes and their murder. It's only you two and those related to you. Wineblue is a fair warning. The Sacrian holy law is a delegate to light. It is there in order to light up the truth. To shed light on truth. If you seek to desecrate Sacria any further, there will only be judgment, a grave judgment of light. Did you even think that we would not know your past actions? Suddenly, this adventurer appears at Artemis, stops the demons, and saves Leonhardt, or is it Primehold in the West? It's such a good story. But if you think about it from a different angle, every place where you laid your feet on receive the attacks from demons. Received attack from demons. And always there will be something. Some grave event happening. You might be the cause. Your existence might be the cause. The root of all the problems in this world. Something's weird. Even though we provided strong evidence, Lazarus' attitude is still intact. As if he made preparations regarding this. 프라이톰.
심판관님, 조사를 마쳤습니다만
We have
이어지는 길 끝에는
finished with our
평범한 창고 외에
investigations.
없었습니다.
There was no way leading
대란의 실험에
downstairs.
관련된 증거는
Any evidence regarding experimentation on the lanes. We were not able to find it.
그럴 리가.
That cannot be.
더 들을 필요도 없겠고
You don't have to hear this anymore.
증거도 없이 추악한
No
주장만을
proof?
반복하다.
Just vile arguments.
제안을 하나 하도록 하지. 루테란의 와.
Let me propose something,
이대로라면
King of
루테란은
Lutera.
이단 선고를 받아.
If we let this go through, Lutera will become an enemy of Sacria, receiving the mark of
하지만
heresy.
세이크리아 역시 우방국을 함부로 심판하고 싶지는
But Sacria does not want to lay judgment on an allied country. Just accept
주교
it.
안토니오 사례와 관련된 이
Murder of
모든 일은
Antonio and everything related to
바로
it
저자의 수작이라.
is due to that person over there.
세이크리안 놈들.
These Sacrians.
처음부터 이 흐름을
That's what
생각하고
they
있었던
planned
거로구나.
all along.
재판을 멈추십시오.
Stop it. Stop the trial.
페데리코 사제.
Federico priest. Priest Federico.
정숙해라 비올레.
Quiet,
동료를
Viole.
구하는 장소다.
We're here to save our companion.
아직도 정리를 못하고 있다니.
Still haven't handled the situation, huh? Shande.
둘 다 표정 좀 풀거라.
Relax, you two.
샨디님,
Shandi.
사제. 발언할 자격이 없는
Federico. You have not the right to speak up. There's something I need to say.
우선 페데리코 사제는
Something I need to
지금
testify.
특별한 상황에 대해 할 이야기가 있어 보이는군요.
It seems like Federico has something to say regarding this issue.
다행히 늦지는 않았구나.
Thankfully, we're not late.
저들의 만행에 대한 증거네.
Shandi hands me these documents. It's proof about their actions,
조용히 있어라.
their sins. Viole,
골딩은 어디 갔지?
keep quiet. Where's Golding?
플레체에서 저지른 일들을 정리한 보고서를 가지고 왔네.
I brought here with me reports regarding what happened and what transpired in Pletchia. Proof about kidnapping of the Delanes in Phaeton and Corzon. Human experiments using Silmal. Recorded in a very detailed fashion. The priests of the dusk, including great priest Lazaro, are certainly pissed off that you managed to disturb their actions. The key information in the reports, I have unlocked them. They will serve as evidence. I'm not an official witness, but given this situation, this will be substantial evidence. Federico smiles towards the priests who are staring at him. Wine. Provide these documents. If you need additional testimony, summon me to the stage. Although I don't think we will need that. Federico and Lazaro enter a stare battle.
다행이라군. 부탁하네.
Thank God. Okay, Ace Attorney, let's go. This is my final piece of
해당
evidence.
문서는 세이크리아의 정식 보고서로 확인되었습니다.
This is an official document, a report of Sacria.
암호화된 문서. 더군다나
Oh,
고도의 주문이 새겨져
an
있군요.
encrypted document with high-profile spell on it.
지금부터 2단 재판의 판결을 내리겠습니다.
I'll lay my final verdict.
주교 라자로가 제기한 2단 심판 기소에 대해 주교 안토니오를 살해한 것은 인정한다.
I approve, I accept
허나
that Antonio was
세이크리아를
murdered.
위협하려는 근거가 충분하지 않은 점,
However, there's not enough evidence
또한
that
제시된
the
증거를
two
통해
defendants
주교 안토니오가 저지른
were going
위법
against
행위를
Sacria's
확인하였기에
will. And has been confirmed that Antonio's actions
이를
were
기각한다.
unlawful. And so Lazaro's objections have been declined. The charges have been lowered. Wait, what's going on? Earthquake? Okay, young Armin's disappeared. Wait, that is...
확인해라.
Go take a look. Romance.
뭐야?
Wait, what?
말도 안 돼.
That can't be.
방금 전 나타난
That
빛.
light that just appeared.
교황 구스토 성화의 힘이었네.
That was the power of Pope Gusto.
대체 이건
What is this?
갑작스레 이런 일이 벌어지다니.
That such a thing would suddenly happen. Federico, grave expression. That light, that was Pope Gusto's power. Pope Gusto He was moved to some other location in secret. And we haven't been able to see him ever since. The priests of Dawn have been looking for him. But it was as if someone had deleted records, couldn't find any piece of evidence regarding his whereabouts. But right here, right now, his powers manifested. Federico emits a sigh. We'll have to be on the move. He's somewhere across the ocean, somewhere. Federico. Golding.
원숭이 같은 놈이 무언가 중요한 걸 찾은 것 같다.
Seems to have found something.
골딩이 갖고 있으니 자세한 건 가서 확인해.
Golding has it. Should go take a look. The Pope is an aeromancer?
알겠네. 바로 가지.
Alright, I'll be on the move.
오랜만이로군.
It's been a while. I've come to help for whatever it's worth. Golding found something, it seems. Some suspicious Sacrian document. I don't know what it is, but it seems like the priests were trying to hide it. And from Federico, I heard about what happened at Pletchia. I am extremely thankful for saving the Delanes. Caldor bumps on his chest with his fists, around the heart area, twice. It's the sign of the Avestas. You've done what you needed to. I've done what I've needed to, as an Avesta. Right. They've all returned to Phaeton and recovering at the Kalisa village. They're all expressing much thankfulness. I do hope you come visit Phaeton one day. And Armin, right? I also need to express my gratitude to that friend. And I'll have to go on my way to deal with other matters. I'll see you again. Caldor heads hurriedly inside the cathedral.
무슨 일인가?
Dirain. What is it? We found this suspicious document.
아주 난리가 났구나.
Saw this fuss.
교황의 힘이라고 했더니
This light. Power of the Pope. Perhaps his disappearance, the priests of the dusk, are related to that. All the priests of the dusk, they exchanged looks. And they vanished after seeing that light. You've been through a lot. I did head over as soon as I received contact from Dirain. If only I'd come here earlier. I made you suffer through that. We don't know what the priests of the dusk are up to next. But don't worry. At your side, there are these many people, these many precious relations. will be there with you. So don't try to handle it all by yourself. Wait, but where's this Zinnervale guy? Oh, Zinnervale found this document. Oh, so he started working, huh? Doing some work. Shandi does seem proud of Zinnervale. He smiles faintly. He still falls short compared to you. But at the very least, I know that you're now okay. So I'll have to be on the leave. I've received reports that something suspicious is occurring in Artemis. Something ominous. I'll have to be on my way over there. Ask about the situation of the war. Fights are occurring here and there. I was keeping myself busy. And in these dark times, these Sacrians, when we should all be holding hands together in order to fight against the evil, Shandi seems to have spotted someone on their way towards us. It seems like there are more people who are waiting for you. Bio,
상황이
the judge.
정리되었으니 다들 걱정 말고 돌아가거라.
저 빛은 또 뭐야? 설명 좀 해봐.
What is that light, you old man? Explain.
나중에 천천히
I'll
말해주겠다니까.
explain to you later.
잠시 이야기를 나누어도
Would you mind if we have a bit of talk? This sudden trial, how it has been approved. I was having my concerns regarding that myself. The Sacrian priests were gathered under Pope Gusto in order to act as delegates of Regulus. However, the absence of the Pope has been prolonged. And it is true that some priests have been showing suspicious movements. When that light from across the ocean appeared, a holy light, they all disappeared altogether, these priests. I can only... Oh. I do have my thoughts regarding what transpired, who was behind all this very sudden heresy trial. Bio bows slightly and continues. I do understand the feelings you have regarding Sacria. However, I must tell you that not all are like that. We shall return to the mainland. I will be waiting for the day we meet again. And I hope that the path that you take has the blessing of light.
다들 돌아온 것 같고.
Haha. This Zinnervale guy over here managed to do something. You become less humble the more compliments you get, huh? You have to compliment me for this achievement. Hey, Wine, listen, listen. Listen, bro, listen. Cut it short. Or speak all you want. No, cut it short. This suspicious guy, this priest who was trying to run away from the trial hall. He went inside this storage room. It was hidden with magic. So I entered sneakily behind him before it closed down. I found all these weird documents. And Golding followed me. We took care of that priest together, and we were looking around. Slowly, but we heard all this noise outside. I saw this priest fetching that document. And so I figured that must be the most important document. And so I took care of that guy too. And then I took that document. Hey yo, I'm growing. Right? Can't you tell? And if you are to see the illusions that I make, you won't be able to tell the difference apart from me. Zinnervale's eyes seem like they're asking for that compliment.
그렇게 엎드려서라도 저리 받고 싶으냐?
You really want those compliments raining on you, huh? Clap, clap, clap. I want more. You're the best. Or cut it. Cut it. Oh,
너도
yeah.
이제 홀로 서야
Right.
할 날이고
이것 좀 봐주겠나?
어리광 좀 그만 부려라.
The days are closing in that you'll have to be on your own. Oh, is that?
사제들이 지니고 다니는
A small
소형
scroll.
게다가 아주
The
섬세한
scroll has been
암호화되어
encrypted using very careful magic. It seems like that storage room was Antonio's private space. And weirdly enough, the priests of the dusk, as soon as they saw that pillar of light, they ignored all other documents and they tried to take this one. Weird, isn't it? That they would try to fetch this document right here. Perhaps there's something related to the Pope in this very document. But the problem is, it's locked behind a very ancient sort of magic that only very high priests can use. And there's also a physical lock. If we are to unlock it with brute force, its contents might be damaged. I'll try to unlock it with the powers that I have. But it will be difficult for now to check what is inside. Perhaps you know something about it. Sacrian ancient spell. I try to take a look, but I don't know. There's something familiar about the mark on it. Ancient spell. Request help from Rohendel, Ardatine, or Voldike. It's either Rohendel or Voldike. Maybe Voldike? Because they're from Sacria. The sages. They might know a way. The priest of dusk and this sudden light pillar. Things are going very different from according to plan. So, are you gonna head to Voldek? Let's go together. Good. The light we saw earlier. It felt warm, but at the same time, cold. I'll have to see with my own eyes what is happening. And on top of that, Lutera owes you. If anything dangerous happens to you, Thirain smiles. I will protect you with all my might. We can see young Armin formulating behind Thirain, far behind him. Young Armin seems very lonely. Are you okay? Let's go see young Armin.
시작되었어요.
It's begun.
운명의 빛이.
The light of destiny. These emotions.
돌아가자. 아만.
Let's go back. Armin.
당신들은 절 알지 못합니다.
You don't know me.
악몽이라도 꿨나 보지.
You've had a nightmare, it seems.
운명이란 비참해. 나아갈 길을 강제로
Fate
맺어버려.
is so pitiful,
누구도 거기서 벗어날 수
like
없도록
forcing you
만들지.
along this path. You're unable to
그게
go
우리가
astray.
이 질서의 세계.
That is this
아크라시아야.
world of order, this Arcasia.
무슨 말을 하고
What is
싶은
it
거냐?
that you want to say?
너는 네 운명에 대해 모르고 있어.
You don't know about your own fate, Armin.
네가 걸으려 했던 길은
The
이미
path
다른
that you wish to
누군가가
walk.
걷고 있지.
Someone else is already walking
알고 있다.
along it. I know.
나는 그
I
사람처럼
know
될 수
that I
없다는
cannot become like that
그래.
person. That's right.
걸. 누군가와 함께 하려 해도 네
Even if you
운명은
want to
그걸
be
내버려
with
두지
someone,
않아.
your fate will not allow it.
결국 너로 인해 파멸에 이르게 되는
Because of
것이지.
you, everything will go to ruin,
어머니처럼.
just like your mother. Don't talk about my mother.
나는 그걸 알 수 있어, 아마.
I know it, Armin. I can know it.
네가 누군지 알게 된다면
Once you
너
realize who you are, you will too.
나와 같아지게 될 거야.
You will become just like me.
준비는 끝났다.
Preparations are done.
안내해라.
Lead me
내 존재의 진실을 알고 있는 자에게로.
to that person who knows the truth about my existence.
괜찮나?
Are you okay?
다시 그 증상인 건가?
Is it those symptoms again?
이제 정신이 좀
Wait, have you come to your senses? Wait, why are you crying? Xenophil.
도대체 무슨 일이 있었던 거야?
What happened? You were walking the great cathedral alone. And then you suddenly fell down. We're so surprised. We brought you here hurriedly because a lot of eyes were watching. And then suddenly these tears? Are you okay? I'm fine, but Viole. These feelings of loneliness, of solitude. These
확실히
feelings
심각한 것 같군. 괴롭고
seems grave
쓸쓸한
enough.
그리고 외로운
Painfulness, the pain, loneliness. Becoming connected with someone else's emotions drains you, your energy. If you remember, we did need these illusion stones whenever we were trying to peer into the past, try to make these illusions. Lutera also happened to have these resonances, apparently. Lutera.
루테라는 우리에게 그런 환영에 대해서는 말해주지 않았다.
Lutera never told us about such illusions. Resonance. He did always carry a lot of weight alone on his shoulders. Perhaps that is the fate that is to be carried by the successor of the Ark. Perhaps you need Armin on the path that you walk, or perhaps it's the opposite, or perhaps it's neither. Anyways, the illusions that you see will be clue to the path that you have to take from now on. The things that are occurring to you are not to be held lightly. Let's try to figure this out slowly and carefully first. There must be some sort of meaning behind all of this.
그래, 혼자 안고
Yeah.
끙끙 앓는 건 어리석은
Don't take it in
일이지.
all by yourself. That is silly.
샨디님 말씀처럼
Thyrane.
너무 무리하지 말게.
Just like Shandi said, don't try to take it all in by yourself. Don't overwork yourself. On your way here, you haven't come to your senses yet. Seems like it's becoming worse and worse. Shandi will take care of it, sending the scroll over to Voldyke. The sages did say they will be waiting for our visit. You should rest, take some rest here. Federico and I will be on our way to Voldyke. I am Sage of Voldyke. I will be helpful. Well, if you manage to follow, that would be great. I'd be extremely thankful. Alright, we shall be on our way together. However, if you need any help, always, anyway, anytime, tell me. Tell Thyrane about Armin and the illusion. Carmine, this demon, he changed into a Sacrian priest. Perhaps Sacria, demons, and Armin's fate. Thyrane shows a sad face as he seems to be thinking about Armin and the situation he's in. it's difficult to understand for now how all of this comes together. But let's think every part of it apart. One at a time. Let's head to Voldeik first. Whatever happens, we'll just have to go through it together. Whenever you need help, contact me. My grown self will be at your service.